Hi everyone, I'm Jenna, and today I'm going to be reviewing Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Now, this book is a fantasy novel, and it is inspired by a fantasy series in one of Rainbow Rowell's other books called Fangirl. Now, in Fangirl, we get snippets of this novel, Carry On. Now, you do not need to read Fangirl before you read Carry On. You can read them in any order you like, and you'll still get the full enjoyment of both. So now that that is over with, let's dive in to Carry On. Carry On follows a teenage boy named Simon Snow, and he is going to his last year at a magical school called Watford. According to many prophecies, it looks like Simon Snow is the chosen one. But according to his roommate slash arch nemesis Baz, it looks like he is the worst chosen one to ever be chosen. And Simon does have magical powers, but when he uses them, it makes the situation worse. It doesn't help him really in any way, which isn't good if you're supposed to defeat an evil guy. And yes, there is an evil guy in this book, and everyone is calling him the Insidious Humdrum. And Simon needs to defeat him some way. But the story is so much more than the chosen one having to defeat evil. It has mystery, friendship, love, politics, and a really, really cool magic system. First off, let's talk about this world's magic system, because it is really great. But it took me a while to actually get into it and really appreciate it for what it is. Basically, this magic system derives from the normal people, or non-magical folk, and it uses their popular things that they say, like phrases or songs. The wizards have to say these popular phrases or songs with the right emphasis or inflection in order for them to work. And I just think that is genius, because it makes their magic be ever evolving. I just have to give props to Rainbow Rowell. You go, girl, you go. I'm creating this great magic system that at first seems simple and not much thought put into it, but it's so good. Now, the other thing I liked about this book is the multiple perspectives that we get throughout this book. It's not just from Simon's perspective, and I found that very refreshing. And I also like the uniqueness of these perspectives, because Rainbow Rowell sprinkles some perspectives throughout the entire book, and then some you only get their perspective once or twice, which I found to be very unique and different. The next thing I want to talk about, which has to do with perspectives, is going to be a spoiler. So if you haven't read this book, then once the word spoiler comes up on screen, mute the video, and then you can unmute this video once that word spoiler goes away, and you can listen to the rest of the video without being spoiled. And spoiler section happen in 3, 2, 1. So, hi everyone who has stayed, and what I want to talk about is the fact that she puts a perspective in here that we absolutely don't know who she is at the beginning, and that is Lucy's perspective. I found it to be really great, because throughout the whole thing you're trying to figure out who the heck Lucy is. And then once, close to the end, you figure out who she is, that she's Simon's mom, and that the mage is his dad, and that was a crazy, mind-blowing moment when I read that. And also that we, the reader, only get to know that Lucy and the mage are Simon's parents, and Simon never knows about this entire story. and I found that to be very refreshing and very unique. Now, let's end this video by talking about the relationship which Rainbow Rowell really pulled off in this book. And let's be honest, Rainbow Rowell is the queen of realistic romance. The relationship in this book felt real, cute, and just plain adorable. At first I was mad that it took so long for Simon and Baz to get together in this book. But looking back at it now, I see that it was completely and totally and utterly necessary to do it this way, because if they got together early on in the book, it would have felt insta-lovey, possibly, which can happen in books. Now I'm going to go into another spoiler section for Simon and Baz's relationship. Mute this video. 3, 2, 1. What I'm talking about is the wood scene, and it's a great scene. I love that scene because it's when Simon and Baz have their first kiss, and the one thing that threw me off guard about that scene was the fact that Simon was the one to initiate the kiss, not Baz. And I found that to be totally surprising. I applaud him for doing that, because throughout the whole book, you don't really know that Simon, I guess, has feelings for Baz that way. So I was wanting him to kiss Baz, but that was just so cute and adorable. And then Baz talks about, after they kiss for a while, he's like, we're staging so much love between us, I am like afraid I'm going to turn him with my saliva. But I found that to be a little cute and adorable. He was like very aware that everything he did might have infected him, and he's like, I don't want to turn him, and he was like very scared of turning him. And then after that, every time they had their like cute and adorable like relationship, like kissing and all that moments, it was like the best part of the book. Like honestly, like, it was the best. So as you can see, I gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. This book was really great, one of my favorite books of Rainbow Rowell's, and I cannot wait to reread this book in the future. So that rounds out this video for today. I really hope you liked it, and I will see you soon for a new video. Bye!